I'm standing across from this guy, like fighting this guy, and I'm like, yo, like,
That's Floyd.
I couldn't believe I was the one. My brain was the one in my body. Does that make sense?
I know exactly what
Were
you
you
mean.
having an out of body experience?
Yeah. which happened to me in my first pro fight, and I actually and it kind of fucked with me a little bit because I didn't feel in control. So out of the many things I learned from that fight, I told myself I was gonna have to ground myself the best way possible, and my way of doing that as an athlete, and it's been like this since high school, is fucking around and having fun. Dude, I don't know if you saw, but this whole fight, I'm smiling. He fucking hits me. I go, dude, bitch, is that all you got? Like, bro, he hit me with body shot after body shot.
You were eating those.
Bro, we'd be in the clinch. I go, bitch, I do sit-ups. I go, bitch, I do sit-ups. I'm talking shit. It grounds me.
Bro, he like shoved his elbow up your fucking neck, and you go, ah. I'm like,
You
bro,
stuck your
I'm like,
tongue
this
out.
guy's a sicko, bro. I'm watching this, I'm like, God damn it, that's my brother. Because when I fight, I'm like so intense, but you're just like, you don't give a fuck.
And I wanted to talk about it too because we have two different very fighting styles, and we had a pretty candid, real conversation 2.5 weeks before the fight. I got a call, and I'm preparing for like kind of like an old man.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what to expect. Like he's 44. I understand he's like a superhuman and defies all athletic odds ever. But like, at what point does age actually affect how good you are as an athlete? And I was expecting him to like kind of be, slow and not so strong and not have a six pack, which somehow he did still. And then I get a call from this guy Solomon. He's the CEO of Famio, who sponsored put on the fight.
Yeah.
Created the fight. And Solomon was like, hey, man, I saw Floyd spar today. This was 2.5 weeks before the fight. I saw Floyd spar today. I was like, okay, like, great. This guy's going to have some insider information from me. I go, Solomon, what'd you see? He goes, I've never seen anything like it. Bro. I go, what do you mean, bro? He goes, Floyd went 13 hard rounds with 3 different guys, and he made all of them bleed significantly. He goes, Logan, I'm telling you, he's just so fast. And I'm like, I'm on the phone like this. Right. Yeah. Like, what else? Any like advice though? he's like, well,
Just punch. Just punch.
Do your best.
He goes, he talks a lot of shit, so you gotta like talk your shit. And I'm like, okay, I could do that, but like, bro, I hung up that phone call, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I had like a fuck moment. Like, because the old man who I thought I was fighting apparently was non-existent. And so I'm sitting in my chair, my office chair over there. It's like midnight. I'm like, yo, Jake, can I talk to you for a second?
I was like, yeah, what's up? Like,
I'm like, bro, I'm just going to be real with you. Like, I heard Floyd's like looking sharp, right? And Dan Bilzerian told me the same thing. He was probably at the same sparring session. He's like, yeah, he's looking sharp. And I was like, if you were fighting Floyd Mayweather, like, what would you do? Because I was at that point. I was like, mentally and physically prepared, or like on my way. But hearing how good your legendary opponent is still looking, I'm a tough guy. It's fucking horrifying, dude. It sucks. And we had a candid conversation, and I think it was the first time we like just like spoke about
fighting.
Yeah, like the possibility of
and what it means.
Yeah.
And how like everything is on the line. But especially for us, like if you went all 8 rounds with him, and like people were still making memes.
Dog.
Like imagine if one of us gets knocked out, like the world would be
over.
so happy. Like it'll just Earth will smile. like just because that's what people want. They want to see that happen because we're not boxers, or they don't want to respect us as boxers. And so we had a conversation about this, and I was like, Logan, like I feel like I was sort of like talking you off that ledge. I was like, bro, like who gives a fuck? Like just go in there, be a robot, perform like you do in sparring. It's just another sparring session.
Yeah, but it's much harder because I'm also super visual. Like I visualize everything. I manifest everything. And unlike the KSI fight, I also visualize losing. I also visualize like the worst possible outcome as well as the best one. And fear of not wanting that to happen, being fully aware that it could, like acknowledging it, going, I see how that could happen, helps me. And I think that's where we differed a little bit, right? Because you talked about only seeing the victory, only tasting that win. And I was just really honest with myself throughout this whole process. And it worked for me as an athlete.
Yeah, I'm just more like, I can only think about the knockout. I think I do, though, have like one moment where I acknowledge that everything that's going to happen. I think that's in the beginning of camp, and I think it motivates me. But then I just like leave that thought there, and then from there on, visualize the win through and through.
Yeah, mine was like it was a really powerful, like, ultimate surrender to like what is.
Non-attachment to outcome.
I was disconnected while also being so invested at the same time. And it put me in a really powerful space because while I didn't give a fuck, I cared so much. And it was strong. And I went in the fight like having fun. Like you saw us in the locker room beforehand, bro. I'm like doing Tai Chi. Like we got like
we're
Chinese
making
flus playing, making TikToks.
Making TikToks.
Like, bro, we're like fucking around, about to fight like one of the GOATs.
Yeah. I think that was so different about the last fight, the KSI fight.
Too serious.
Because, first of all, you did not envision the loss.
Yeah.
You did not allow yourself to play out a potential reality that is the fight game that you could lose.
Yep.
And then the locker room was pretty serious.
Everything about it was.
It was just intense, and you're gritting your teeth, and you're geared up for, whatever. But
it was fake. It was fake because I was told to be that warrior instead of being that warrior. And you know where I found the intensity? I'm sure you saw it. Switch in the locker room because we were having fun. We were having a good time. We went to do our breathing exercises, and Jake prepared like a speech for me, dude. And we're doing our breathing exercises, and our eyes are closed, and I open my eyes, and I'm fucking bawling by the time Jake is done with his speech. Like I'm crying, bro. I felt like God, like, fucking tickled me, and I was just like, what the? I woke up, I opened my eyes, and I'm crying, and I got in this just like kill mentality. In like a healthy, natural, organic way to me. And I started pounding my chest and was like excited to go to war. And I noted that I definitely didn't even get close to that in my first fight. Like I walked into this fight as healthy mentally and physically as possible. I told Jeff right before it started, I go, Jeff, we're in the ring. I go, if there was ever a day where I was going to beat Floyd Mayweather, it's today.
That's right now.
Feeling like $1 million fucking dollars, bro. Didn't wake up and sneeze 3 times. Started off my day right. People love that tweet, by the way. That's crazy, crazy. But like, yo, it's jokes. But also, when you fight a healthy fight, world of a difference.
So different. My first fight against Gib, I was sick, fever.
I remember you had the sniffles and your voice was.
Yep. Second fight with Nate Robinson, broken nose. And then when I fought Ben, I was like, I'm going to kill this guy because I just feel so good right now.
Yeah.